Is a stitch in time?
Yeah. Yeah. He used to draw when he started. You know, he started that big, figuring that every time he got hit with a puck on the mask, he'd draw on what he figured was the cut and the number of stitches that went with it. Here comes Al Arbor, the coach of the New York Islanders, as they have to cross right at center ice to get to the bench here. The dressing room, of course, being on the other side.
All right, Ed, here we go. Period 2. Islanders skating from left to right. And the Bruins from right to left. Billy Smith in goal to our left. Jerry Cheevers to our right. No score. Marcotte digs it loose to the red line. Bob Lorimer. And it's offside with Nystrom ahead of the play.
That's when a defenseman carries the puck at the blue line. A defenseman that does not carry the puck a lot, Bobby Lorimer, is not considered a puck-carrying defenseman. Stick handle right at the blue line. That throws mayhem into the forwards who are trying to get into the end. They think he's going to dump it in. He stick handles with it, and that's what creates the offside.
Trottier against McNabb. Trottier with Bourne on his left, Nystrom on his right. Potvin back with Lorimer. Bourne to Nystrom right off his stick to Brad Park. Terry O'Reilly now back to Park. Got bottled up. Hard shot by Potvin. Good stick save by Cheever. McNabb cuts wide on Lorimer now. Take it into the boards. Dennis Potvin, who just uncorked that blistering drive. Marcotte keeps it in. Dennis Potvin takes a look. Tied up by Park. Potvin rescued it for Trottier. Out to Bourne on the far side. Rink wide to Nystrom. Nystrom down into the Boston zone. Tries to slither around Milbury. It's cleared up off the boards by Marcotte. And out it comes to the red line for Lorimer. Lorimer hoisting it up into the far corner. And Brad Park chases it down for the Bruins. Whirls and fires and almost beheaded Ray Scampanello. Comes in behind the Islander goal. It'll be icing as Lorimer makes the touch. So there's a break in the action with the score. The Islanders nothing. The Bruins nothing. Jerry Cheevers just came up with a big save on a pulsating drive by Dennis Potvin. Merrick against McTavish to Cheesy's right. No score early second period. Lane with a drive at wide. McHenry after it, but Cashman over to McTavish. He's got Middleton on the right. The pass too high for Rick. Gord Lane puts it down. It'll go to the right of Cheevers. And Ray Bourque is back for the touch, and again icing is the call against the Islanders. So they'll bring it all the way down for a face-off to the left of Billy Smith.
Teams are actually playing rather cautiously, Steve. Second period, no one really wants to take charge. In this rink again, the advantage for the Islanders would be to try and work their way into that into the Boston end and put a lot of pressure on their defense. Coughing the puck up is what you've got to get them to do. You've got to take the puck to them and send 2 men in and forecheck them.
Middleton is counted by Lane, so Tonelli's got it. Merrick is checked by McTavish, but a good beat to Tonelli. Tonelli accelerating into the Boston zone, taken away by Bourque. Ray Bourque, the leading playoff scorer, tied with Yvon Lambert. Cuts to his left around Morrow. Centering for Middleton, hit a skate. Middleton checked by Merrick. Merrick looking for some assistance now, but McTavish comes in for the Bruins. Tangles with Morrow. The puck squirts loose for McTavish, and a whistle now. Nope, no whistle. It's Cashman to the corner. Cashman slides it over. A shot, and it's blocked in front. Cleared, loose puck at the side, and it's smothered by Smith.
Wow, good play. Billy Smith on McTavish. McTavish almost had himself an open net. Smith diving across to make the play. Cashman back to the point. It's a slap shot by McCrimmon. It's deflected. Smith makes the save. The rebound lays in front. Swooping around in front of him is McTavish, and Billy Smith, timing his dive perfectly, dives across the net, picking off the shot by McTavish going into the open net.
Looked like a pinball machine as the puck came closer and closer to Billy Smith. Still no score as the Islanders break out. A pass to Sutter is taken away by Bourque. And Bourque now plays it over to Brad McCrimmon. Here's McCrimmon. Off the far boards, out of the reach of Middleton. And Longevin has to scoot back for it. Watched by McTavish. McTavish, a youngster, just 20, is a rookie. Looking impressive. Mark Gillies Gillies almost had it. To Goring now. And Gillies with a stiff check. Gary Doak put aside by Billy Smith. Cashman tied up by Goring. Langevin crunches Cashman. Most of the boards instead. McTavish can't make any headway. Foster comes out of the pack. And it's stolen away by Sutter. Slides it ahead to Goring. He's got Gillies on the left. Here's Gillies. He winds and he shoots. It's blocked by Doku. Went down. Goring keeps it alive to Sutter. Lormer did not keep it in. It was offside. So there's a break in the action with the score. The Islanders nothing, the Bruins nothing. Now there's local product Bob Miller out of Medford, Mass. Facing off against Brian Trottier outside the Boston line. Still no score. 16-23 and counting in the second period. Islanders shoot it in. This is Redmond winding it around for Foster. And it gets past everybody. Rolls down into the Islanders zone. Lormer is there. Can't clear it beyond Miller. Nystrom has it taken away by Miller now. He's checked into the boards by Potvin. They hem it in. Nystrom with Secord. Secord works it free. Secord with a shot through the goal mouth. Redmond goes after it. Lormer and Miller are together. Miller with Secord centers, and it's poked away by Trottier all the way down to the Bruins zone. Redmond off Thomas pass to Secord. Miller picks it up and then he flips it into the Islanders zone. White Foster with Dennis Potvin. Foster is level and Potvin follows suit. Trottier and Miller converge on the puck. And play continues to be tentative.
Well, neither team wants to commit itself. It's a good opportunity because the Bruins are at home. They should be carrying the play more to the Islanders. Good opportunity for the Islanders here to jump on them and start to take the play back to them. The Bruins, while they're probably forcing the play a little, they're certainly not putting any kind of excessive pressure on the Islanders. And that's something that's unusual here. The Bruins generally just tear all over you, much like Montreal does when you go into Montreal.
Fans are alive. The premature face-off. They shall do it again. 15:29 on the clock, second period. Still no score. Trottier facing off with Big Peter McNabb at 6'3", 200. Now Lane behind the net. He's tripped up by O'Reilly, and a penalty coming up on the Bruins. Delayed penalty coming up against Boston. Ford's got it to Trottier. Stolen by Marcotte. There's the whistle. That won't count. He threw it in, but obviously nothing doing. It's going to be a hooking penalty on O'Reilly. There's a break in the action. The score: Islanders nothing, Bruins nothing.
Harry O'Reilly gets a trip. Gordy Lane, who has done a lot to solidify the Islanders' defense, carrying the puck out of his own end. O'Reilly gets the stick in under his arms, and on his own stick, using Gordy Lane's body, he gives it a little tug, and sends Lane flying, gets a 2-minute hooking penalty.
Power play for the Islanders. Lalonde shovels it down to the Islanders zone. Smitty directs traffic. Here's Dennis Potvin, stolen by Marcotte. Marcotte clears it out. Killing off time on the penalty is Brad Park. Sends it over to Mike Milbury. Milbury sending it off the boards to Lalonde, but Pearson's got it. And Potvin will spearhead the attack now. Here comes Dennis. Plays it around Park. Milbury takes a look. Bourne. Off the boards to Trottier at the far point. Flips it back to Bourne. It's over his stick. And now Brad Park winds it around. Lalonde with Pearson. Comes loose for Nystrom. Backhands to Pearson. Tied up by little Bobby Lalonde. And they pile up for a face-off. So 5'5" Bobby Lalonde creating some havoc there.
Well, he's much traveled. He's been added part of the Bruins. Played for many years in Vancouver. Come here, he's been used sparingly, mostly in this situation on killing the penalties. He's a good skater. He's very quick with his hands. And Harry Sinden utilizing him now as a penalty killer.
Pearson. Lalonde flailing away. Here's Gillies. Cross ice. Sutter a shot. And Cheevers with a sprawling save.
They call him the money goaltender.
Then it's Potvin over to Butch Goring. Goring back to Potvin. Potvin shoots. Save. Rebound. Cleared by Lalonde. Potvin engineers the attack again. Flips it in. Lalonde circles the net. Bad clearing attempt. Potvin a quick shot. Blocked in front by Milbury. And a shot on goal. The Phillies spit 35 seconds to go on the O'Reilly penalty. Pearson. Bad pass, Foster. Foster with a shot off the mark. 22 seconds to go on the O'Reilly penalty. Islanders break out on the power play. Here's Pearson. Over to Sutter. Goring. Runs into some heavy traffic, and Milbury's got it behind the net. Milbury sweeps it down the ice. Again on goal. 7 seconds left for the O'Reilly penalty. That should do it. O'Reilly standing, getting ready, and he is out. Miller. Blocked by Pearson. Cashman keeps it going, but ran into a snarl. Here's Sutter. 3-on-3 now. A feed for Giantonelli, lost his head. McCrimmon for the Bruins. Tied up by Merrick, but it's off to Miller, down to Cashman. Cashman penetrating the Islanders zone. Cashman behind the net, centering off spit stick, whacked out of there by McKendry, and it skids down to the Bruins zone.
Things picking up now, Steve. The Bruins starting to skate better.
McKendry swarming in on Bork, centering. Oh, and a shot by Merrick, and a stick save by Cheevers. Morrow from the point. A shot and a save. Goes into the far corner. McCrimmon's got it. Lightning moves by Jerry Cheevers. Here's Ray Bork at the red line with a long drive, stick to side by Smith. Now Giantonelli leaves it for Wayne Merrick. 3-on-3 once again. Merrick to McKendry. McKendry with a shot, stick save. Cheevers into the left corner. Wayne Merrick. A shot and a save off the left gate of Cheevers. Here's McKendry. McKendry centers it. Over to Gordy Lane to Merrick. Merrick couldn't get the shot off. Loose play, and Cashman carries it out. Middleton. Down to the Islander zone. He's got McTavish in front. Centering pass through the crease. Cashman in the corner with Lane. Scramble for the puck. Big pileup, and they pin it in. There's a break of the action with the score. The Islanders nothing. The Bruins nothing. Oh.
He's known as the money goaltender, Steve, here in Boston. Jerry Cheevers providing some acrobats a moment ago. One save, he didn't see the puck. He made it anyway, but he was in the right position. I think it was off Wayne Merrick's shot. There was a scramble around in front of him. And Cheevers coming up with a couple of dandies for the Boston Bruins. The Islanders are pressing. Merrick to Tonelli, missed the pass, then Merrick shot it. That was the one that went off his toe. Alex McKendry has the puck. He brings it to the front of the net. Passes wide. Gordy Lane back over. Wayne Merrick can't get a hold of it. All over the place, the puck. The Islanders couldn't get it in.
Islanders buzzing, but could not capitalize. Gary Doak shot up the back of Lorma, back to Redmond, and Redmond snaps it in. Here's Potvin, overskates it. O'Reilly knocks him to the ice. Bob Nystrom along the near side for Trottier, poked away by Redmond. Scoreless duel, 11:30 to go in this second period. The tempo picking up tremendously now. Redmond clears it out. Here's O'Reilly, tripped up. No call. Potvin dumps it down to Nystrom. Nystrom for Bourne. Bourne has it taken away by Doak. Back to Trottier, a save by Cheever. Cleared by O'Reilly to Marcotte. Back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly into the Islander zone. Checked by Potvin, and behind the Islander goal now. Marcotte centering for McNabb, and he's throttled up. And then Dennis Potvin shook it loose. Nystrom checked by O'Reilly, and now they are starting to hit. McNabb and Lormer topple over the puck. Comes loose for O'Reilly. O'Reilly in the corner. Out to the point to Park. He winds. He shoots. Blocked by somebody. McNabb got a piece of it and deflected it wide. Now here's Bob Ford. Loose puck comes to the stick of Milbury. Milbury, O'Reilly at the red line. Flips it into the left corner. Pearson gives chase. Around it comes Howard. Good get to a good play by Foster. Foster and Potvin the line. Now here's Secord with a drive blocked by Pearson. And Miller is next. Penalty coming up. Brian Trottier tripped up Bob Miller. And the Bruins will have a power play.
Could be a big power play now. The Bruins are coming on with a break in the action. The score, Boston nothing, the Islanders nothing. Big hand for Cheevers as he goes back to the net. Potvin fights with Miller. Pass by Foster, blocked by Stephen Pearson, and then Brian Trottier pulls the feet out from under Bobby Miller, gets the penalty. Now the Bruins have another power play.
Trottier at 9:43, 2 for Tripping. Face off to the right of Billy Schmidt, no score. Scoring against McTavish. Scoring out there with Lorne Henning, Kenny Morrow, and Gordy Lane. They try and kill it off. Morrow can't clear it. Redmond keeps it going. Lane and Middleton in behind the Islander goal. Cashman now. Shoved by Lane. Gets it to the point man, Redmond. Back to Cashman. Cashman angle shot. 6 saves. Smith. McTavish over to Middleton. Watched by Morrow and Henning. Henning almost stole it. Park kept it alive. Middleton and Morrow. Comes out in front for Lane. Lane pressured by McTavish, but he got it out of there. He just snapped it through.
Important in those positions that the Islanders, when they get a hold of the puck, that they clear it, Steve. A lot of times, we saw a moment ago, they had possession and they lost it. That's a no-no when you're killing the penalty.
A pass for Cashman taken away by Bourne, and he whips it right down. 1 minute left on the Trottier penalty. Brad Park will engineer the power play surge here for the Bruins. Starts out for Middleton. Back to Park in the corner. He's got Redmond perched at the point. Keeps it in. A long shot. Park tried to deflect it. Here's Middleton to McTavish, broken up by Potvin, and Bob Bourne drills it off the board.
Good penalty killing by the New York Islanders. Lorne Henning and Bobby Bourne.
28 seconds left on the Trottier penalty. This is Redmond. Slipping it for McTavish, offside. Bruins.
Yeah,
Redmond didn't think so.
Redmond put himself offside. He's going to argue that just to make it look good in front of the fans and maybe the coach, who knows. But at this point, it doesn't matter to the coach, just that he made an offside on a power play, which is a no-no.
Well, Channel 9 will feature the NHL game of the week on Saturday night at 8:30. The Chicago Blackhawks against the Buffalo Sabres at the Yard in Buffalo. That'll be game 3. Chicago got there by beating St. Louis 3-0. Buffalo eliminated Vancouver in 4. Again, the reason we're not passing along out-of-town scores at this late moment, the fact that this game is on delayed tape. 8:35 to go in period number 2, no score. Power play for the Bruins, 15 more seconds. Port trying to penetrate. Back to Secord. Over to Port. Dangerous man, Ray Port to Al Secord. Secord throwing it in front. A scramble. It comes out for Lorne Henning. And Bob Miller grabs it back for the Bruins. The penalty is up on Trottier. Islanders back at full strength. So there was a close call with that puck bouncing every which way in front of the Islander goal. Lorman out, being chased by Secord. Secord takes it away. There's Potvin. And he flips a backhander to the red line. Bork steams down the middle. And out it comes to Nystrom now. Drops it for Potvin. And he rifles it in. Ronchman hops over the boards for Dennis. This is Foster. Rushing up to the red line with Miller and Secord. A pass for Secord. Foster lost his footing in the corner, so it's the Islanders in possession again. Here's Merrick. Feeds Bob Nystrom back to Pearson. The Islanders start out. A pass for Merrick. Can't get around McCrimmon and Port. Foster. Long shot blocked by Langevin. Recovered by Secord, who spins and fires it back in. Now the Bruins make a change on the goal. McNabb and company with O'Reilly and Duke and Jonathan and Redmond. Good moves by Pearson. And it's offside. But Howard ahead of the play. 6:51 on that clock here in the second period. Still scoreless.
That was a big kill for the Islanders, Steve. They could pick up a little momentum from that now and bring the play back to the Bruins. Use that as a springboard, if you may, to get themselves going. They've got to start, putting some consistent effort on in the end of the rink where Jerry Cheevers is, so they can start that momentum where each line coming over the board picks it up, get a snowballing effect, so they can build that up into something like a goal.
Lord Henning with Gary Howard on the left, Bob Nystrom on the right. McNabb, O'Reilly, Jonathan. O'Reilly and Howard. Jonathan trying to get it back to the point to Doak, but no dice as Howard clears it up off Henning's stick. It skids down to the Boston zone for Dick Redmond. He puts on the brakes behind the net. Waits to set up. Nystrom almost stole it. Here's McNabb. Just flips it in softly. Pearson in front of Jonathan. Doak. Gobbled up by Billy Smith.
Gary Doak shot from the point. A good shot. Billy Smith down, getting a good look at it. Doak gets the puck back from Jonathan. He lets go. Notice that the way is clear. Billy gets a good look at that puck. It's unmolested all the way in. Good job by his defense. His forwards keeping the way clear for him as Doak let it go from the point.
Billy Smith riding the crest of a 7-game unbeaten streak. Appeared in all 4 preliminary games against the Kings. Started 3. Islanders won all 3. Face off to the left of Smith. McNabb against Goring. Teams are at equal strength. Gordy Lane. Steve Albert with Ed Westfall here at the Boston Garden. There's no score. 5:58 to go in the second period. Butch Goring tries to center it. Muscled off by Doak. Bruce Hood blows a whistle. A hooking penalty coming up
on Dick Redmond. He gets a hooking penalty, and Butch Goring tries to get around him. Redmond reaches out with his stick and pulls him back. Referee Bruce Hood right there on the spot it happened in whistles Redmond to the box for 2 minutes for hooking with 5:52 left to go in the first period. The New York Islanders get another power play. The power plays have not been successful so far.
The tempo has picked up considerably here in the second period after a very cautious and tentative first period. You see the story on the scoreboard. And the Islanders will have a power play coming up.
Now Butch Goring maneuvered himself around Redmond. He had him beat, but what you saw right there, Redmond reaches out with the stick, clotheslines him a little bit, gets the penalty for it.
14:08, the time of Redmond's hooking penalty, and a face-off coming to the left of Jerry Cheevers, who has been spectacular in goal.
He certainly has. A good time for the Islanders to take a 1-0 lead if they can be successful here.
Goring with Marcotte. Goring flips it into the right of Cheevers. Potvin keeps it alive. Milbury cuts it off, and he shovels it all the way down to the Islanders' zone. 1:40 left on the penalty to Redmond. Islander power play. Brian Trottier with no score. So once again here at the Boston Garden, no score between the Islanders and the Bruins. Here comes Dennis Potvin. In across the Boston line, flips it into the left corner. Milbury sweeps it right back out. Nystrom. Stolen by Lalonde. Trailed by Marcotte, but the pass didn't click. Tonelli spun around. Boy, this Lalonde is a little pepper pot out there. Here's Nystrom for Goring. Goring putting on some moves. Sends it in. Cheevers can't stop it off the dasher. 50 seconds on the Redmond penalty. Here's Nystrom looking around. What will he do? Tonelli, a shot and a stick save. He just held his ground. Cheevers does it again. Dennis Potvin back to John Tonelli, and it's past him. In behind the goal, Cheevers cuts it off. Plays into the corner to Milbury, who dumps it down the ice. 30 seconds left on the Bruins penalty. Islanders have to start all over again. Long pass by Pearson. Here's Trottier. And offside, John Tonelli busting through.
Jerry Cheevers again, Steve, off. John Tonelli. Tonelli parked all alone, unmolested, lets the shot go. Cheevers outguesses him. He was down quick, but he had outguessed John Tonelli. John looking for the lower left-hand corner. His shot was a little too centered. Hit Cheevers right in the middle of the pads as he went down on his knees.
John Tonelli, the Islanders' leading playoff scorer, with 2 goals and 4 assists, 6 points. He's on the left wing. McKendry on the right. McKendry playing for the injured Mike Bossy, out with a jammed right thumb. Pearson throwing it in. Bork. Pearson converging. Tonelli digs it out for McKendry. He's checked by Bork. Somewhere that puck is lodged underneath Bork.
Both teams having their problems with the power play. The penalty killing has been outstanding for both sides. Consequently, we look at power plays that are unsuccessful. Teams are not getting the good chances. John Tonelli had the only good chance so far on that power play. We look at Harry Sinden instructing some of his players. That's the forwards. That end of the bench, generally the forwards, they'll switch around as the game goes on. They always want the defenseman closest to the net.
Senden took over when Fred Creighton was let go. He succeeded Milt Schmidt, his coach back in '67, led the Bruins to their first Stanley Cup. Morrow to Lane, broken up by Redmond. Flips it up high. Tonelli with a drive, and it's sticked aside by Cheevers off the high part of the stick. Now McCrimmon down to McTavish. He's got Cashman on the left. Oh, and it's off McTavish's stick. Cashman centering, picked off by Lane. He clears it out of the zone. Ray Bork. And McTavish threw it in. 3:20 on the clock, still no score. A steal by Cashman. Runs into Lane. Spins away from Lane. Now he's tripped up, and a penalty is coming up on Gord Lane. Put right on top of the situation.
He couldn't be any closer. Gordy Lane right there to say, now wait a minute, that was accidental. He stepped on the top of my stick when he fell.
Sure.
Bruce said it, sure. I got another one I can tell you about that. You're going in the jam, the slammer. 2 minutes for tripping. Now the Bruins get another power play, just trading them back and forth here. Sooner or later, something's got to happen. Good penalty killing on both sides. Good goaltending. Good playoff goaltending at both ends. Billy Smith, as of late, has not been too busy.
Number 24, Gord Lane, 2 minutes for tripping.
Gordy Lane got that penalty on Wayne Cashman. Cashman is one of the best players in the National Hockey League with his feet. He kicked the puck ahead. He was trying to go get the puck when Lane reached out trying to retrieve the puck and got a hold of Cashman's feet, pulling him down.
Lane for tripping at 16:50 of the second period. Another Boston power play. Cashman and Henning going at it with the arms and sticks. Park to Middleton. McNabb, and a sliding stop by Lorimer. Middleton. Bork. Back to Middleton in the corner. Closes in from the angle. He shoots. Stick save by Billy Smith. They got a piece of it. And Lauren Henning carries it up to the red line. Poked away by Bork. Here's McNabb. Oh, right off Middleton's skates. McNabb gets it back. Bork. A nice check by Bourne to break it up.
Excellent check by Bobby Bourne, right at the blue line on Bourne.
McNabb to Cashman. He's got room. He shoots. Oh, and a toe save by Billy Smith. Here's Middleton again. Here's Bork. A drive. A sister was wide.
Now the price you pay for not hitting the net from that particular angle is it's like an icing for the other team. Bork's shot misses, goes all the way down to the Bruins' end just when they were pressing.
55 seconds left on the penalty to Lane. Bork flipping it in off the body of Langevin. And Trottier together hard with Bork. And Langevin flips it on out to the red line. 40 seconds to go on the Lane penalty. Bork in with McNabb. Finds Cashman in the corner. Cashman looking for Bork. Broken up by the Islanders, and it's cleared out by Morrow. Glory. Good penalty killing.
30 seconds, 27, 26 seconds left to go on the penalty.
McTavish cross ice to O'Reilly. O'Reilly penetrating. Again, Goring broke it back to Park. Oh, and a hummer by Park, and Billy Smith equal to the task.
Boy, has Billy looked cool on it too, Steve. Standing right up, dropped his leg down, kicked the puck out, back up on his feet very quickly. Good save, Billy Smith.
Thunderous drive by Brad Park. Penalty is over now on Lane. He's back on the ice. Gordy is back as Bobby Lalonde comes in deep. Checked by Morrow and flip-flop to the ice. Here's O'Reilly trying to wrap it in, but again, Billy Smith covers up.
Alert play. Riley faking to one side. He was faking to the right of Billy Smith as he was behind him. Brings the puck out on the side that he was going in from and tries to jam it. Billy outguesses him again. Gets back to the post, gets his leg in behind it, and makes the stop on Terry O'Reilly.
Terry O'Reilly converted from a goaltender, his 9th year with the Bruins.
Played junior hockey in Oshawa, Ontario. Get a look now. O'Reilly goes behind the net, fakes, and then comes back out the other side. He tries to get it around. Notice how Billy Smith's left leg, he tucks it underneath his right one. That's his insurance marker that he's got his right leg against the post, and he tucks the left one underneath it, kicking it outwardly to make sure that that puck does not get by his right foot.
Alert goaltending at both ends as Park gets the face-off. Another big drive by Brad Park, and Smith was there. Berg caroms it around. Park keeps it in, and it's taken out of there by Potvin. Can't clear it though. Secor. Lormer's behind the goal for Trottier. Hammered into the boards by Miller. 37, 36, 35 when the clock winds down as they hit it in against the boards. 33 seconds to go in the period.
Well, you can't give the puck up that easy. Dennis Potvin's pass a moment ago intercepted just inside the blue line, and that's a dangerous spot. A moment ago, off the face-off, the puck to Park. Dennis Potvin makes a great play on Miller. Look how he turns him around out in front of Billy Smith, opening up the view for Smith, so Smith gets a good look at the shot by Park. Good move by Dennis Potvin on Miller.
Amazing power behind that Brad Park slap shot. Down it comes into the Bruins zone. Park in pursuit. And it's going to be icing against the Islanders with just 21 seconds to go in period 2. Here at the Boston Garden, Steve Albert with Ed Westfall. Cold, damp day in Boston.
Now, come on.
You mean it's never cold and damp in Boston?
Yes, it is. It wasn't that bad today. A little drizzle now and then.
A little chilly?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to get really cold here tonight, too. In the suburbs, down around 17. I thought we were all done with that.
Milbury right off the stick glove of Billy Smith. Lorimer now. Ran into some traffic. Potvin picks it up, down to Merrick. 8 seconds left of the period. Here comes Merrick, back to McHenry. Will he get a shot off? No. And that's it. So the siren sounds. That's the end of 2 periods of play here at the Boston Garden. Game 1 of this best-of-7 quarterfinal Stanley Cup playoff round. And the score after 2. It's the Islanders nothing, the Bruins nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. Coliseum on Saturday night at 8. Here we go. 3rd period with no score. Dennis Potvin as the Islanders move from right to left. And the Bruins from left to right. Cheevers to our left, Smith to our right. Milbury for the Bruins. Tied up by Trottier. Teams starting the period at full straight. Brad Park turns away from Bob Nystrom. Park let fly with some thunderous slap shots in the 2nd period. McNabb throwing it in front. This is Potvin, tied up by McNabb. Park at the point, a drive, and it hits Bob Lorimer in the foot. Almost ricocheted in. McNabb taps it back to Milbury to Park. Oh, and a save by Billy Smith. Scramble in front of the score!
Well, it didn't stay tied long into the 3rd period. 51 seconds is all it took the Boston Bruins to get their first goal. Scramble in front of the net. Billy Smith makes the initial save. Over to Park. Park shoots gets it right away. It's tipped by McNabb. The puck bounces up and lays down on the ice. In comes McNabb. Sees the puck between the legs of Dennis Potvin. Potvin's back's turned. Peter McNabb drills it high in the left corner over the reaching glove of Billy Smith. Give the Bruins a 1-0 lead.
51 seconds into the third period. The Bruins break the seal. Ken Morrow wraps it off the boards and is laid offside, and Morrow will knock it out of there. McHenry with a long shot.
Number 26, Mike Milbury. 51 seconds.
Now Bork. Bork to the red line. Throws it in. Merrick. McTavish rolled into him, and McCrimmon is back for it for the Bruins. And offside go the Bruins. So it's McNabb from Park and Milbury, 51 seconds in.
I'm going to get another look at the goal. The pass came from Milbury across to Park, and Park lets it go. McNabb tipped the puck. Smith makes the save. The puck bounces up. Bobby Lorimer tying up O'Reilly. Dennis Potvin has got his hands full with Don Marcotte as McNabb sees the puck between the legs of Potvin. Potvin's back is turned, and McNabb drills the puck over the left shoulder of Billy Smith, putting the Bruins ahead. That was the first goal and the only goal of this game so far.
McNabb's fourth playoff goal. It's an offside infraction. And McNabb has 4 goals and assists for 5 points in the last 3 games. Al Arbour pacing behind the Islander bench. Trainer Ron Waskey. Islanders down now 1-0. 18-11 to go in the third. Stefan Pearson drills it off Goring stick. Comes to Cheevers. He corrals it for Dwight Foster. 2 minutes gone by even in period 3. Miller starts the attack to the red line for the Bruins. A long shot hooked out of the air by Billy Smith. Pearson digs it out. Gillies uncorks to Goring. Cross ice to Sutter. Good passing by the Islanders. Here's Sutter. A pass back for Gillies, picked off by Miller, and he almost hit Bruce Hood with it. Pearson banks it off the boards. He gets it right back. Between the legs of Sutter. Short hop by Smith. Tricky. Pearson winds it around, and Bourne starts out on the near side. He just flips it into the far corner. Milbury takes a look. And he throws it down. Lorimer gaining speed. Double team by Park and Marcotte. Bourne's got it in front. Oh, he hit the post. Nystrom shoots up the chest of Cheevers, and he smothers it. So there's a break in the action with the score. The Bruins won, the Islanders nothing.
Well, Jerry Cheevers continues his mastery. Bobby Lorimer brought the puck in, picked up right behind Park by Bourne. He makes the play off the post. Bobby Nystrom on the rebound gets a good shot away. Cheevers, Johnny on the spot. He recovered quickly from the play by Bourne to get the rebound shot by Bobby Nystrom.
Lorimer from the point. And here's O'Reilly. Long pass Marcotte. McNabb breaking into the slot. Trottier got it. Here's Brad Park. Oh, and an arm save by Billy Smith. O'Reilly gathers it back into the corner. Checked by Lorimer. Marcotte throws it in front to McNabb, and he was impeded by Potvin. Now Nystrom. Bruins lead it 1-0. Nystrom. Oh, he hit the post. The second post within minutes. Nystrom again. Tied up by Milbury. Brad Park now behind the goal with Trottier. You could smell something brewing here. Howitt. Score! It's
Bobby
time.
Nystrom. Brian Trottier clearing it out in front of the net. Caught Bobby Nystrom cutting in front. The puck hit Nystrom and went in the net. The Islanders get a goal. Doesn't matter how they go in. A It's a goal for the Islanders. Park fighting with Brian Trottier to Gary Howitt. Howitt slips it in front. It hit Cheevers. It hit Cheevers' stick and bounced into the net. Jerry Cheevers with his stick laying out in front of him, thinking that Gary Howitt was going to go behind the net. Howitt shot it out in front, hit Cheevers' own goal stick, and bounced into the net. The game is tied again at 1.
So it pays off after 2 Islanders hit the post. Bourne from close range, Nystrom from far, and it goes in behind Cheevers. Tied at 1.
Isn't it always the way, you know? Cheevers making all of those saves here in this period and all throughout the game. Point-blank saves he's had to make numerous times, and the puck that goes in behind him is one that he directed in himself.
Playoff goal number 3 for Gary Howitt from Brian Trottier at 3:49. Here's an icing call.
We're going to get another look at this from an angle. There's Howitt behind the net. Just swings it out in front. I'm wrong, it's McNabb kicked it. Glad we got the other look. Peter McNabb was turning to go after Howitt as Howitt shot the puck out in front. McNabb standing in front. Looked like a soccer goal. He kicked the puck and went right between Cheevers' legs into the net. That's how it got in.
So it goes to the last Islander who touched it, who happened to be Gary Howitt. And this game is deadlocked again. Here's Ken Morrow to the red line. The Olympian flips it into the near corner. McCrimmon with Merrick, tangle. McCrimmon gets it out of there. Cashman now down to Middleton. Runs into Ken Morrow. Islanders setting up a wall. McCrimmon, cross ice port. Islanders keeping it going now in the attacking zone. John Tonelli for McHenry, broken up by McTavish. Loose play behind the net. Tonelli centers it off Cheevers' stick. Cheevers out to poke it. Morrow's got it. Oh, and a great save. Cheevers out about 15, 20 feet to block the puck.
What another good save, Jerry Cheevers on Kenny Morrow's wrist shot.
Well, he's a roamer, and it paid off in that particular episode. 14:55 and counting period 3, tied at 1. No connection on this pass play. Pearson back, and it's icing on the Bruins. So there's a break of the action with a score. The Islanders won, the Bruins won.
Goal, Steve. Peter McNabb, you could say, he just got his second goal of the game. Unfortunately for he and the Bruins, you can see he just kicked it. Perfect timing. It just almost looked like he meant it. A good shot by Pele in.
Langevin with a shot blocked by Foster. Cheevers roaming out. Gary Doak. Al Secord, and he whips it into the corner. Smith out of the net. Knocks it around Foster. Here's Gillies. Banks it off the backboards. Foster will cut it off. Bad pass, though, and Sutter's got it. Gillies racing, accelerating into the Bruin zone. Gillies, a shot gloved by Cheevers. That great stick handling ability. He's able to just throw it down into the Islanders' zone to the left of Smith. Icing is waved off. Langevin creams Miller, and he spins a backhander into the Bruin zone.
Cheevers almost got himself a shot on net there as Doak goes back to touch it for an icing.
And so there's a break of the action. The score: Islanders 1, Bruins 1. Face off to the right of Smith. Norma to Bourne. Back to Dennis Potvin. This is Nystrom. Nystrom, Trottier, and Bourne. And Secord drives it back in. Potvin with a pesky Al Secord. Dennis to Gary Howitt. Whips it up off the near boards, and Milbury's got it for the Bruins. Muscled in by Trottier. Milbury goes down, and the puck lodged under him. So Mike Milbury, 5th year with the Bruins, another local star out of Brighton, Mass. He went to Colgate University on a football scholarship. Harry Sinden led the Bruins to their first Stanley Cup in 29 years. Eddie Westfall was there, 69-70. Then they did it again 2 years later. Milbury trying to get away from Trottier. Now here's McNabb dumping it into the Islanders zone. Lorimer gulps the puck but not out. Milbury kept it in and shoveled it into the corner. Dennis Potvin cuts right on O'Reilly. Potvin right down the middle. Potvin busting and he shoots. Oh, it just trickled wide through the crease. Dennis has it again. Then he's dumped by O'Reilly. Here's Howitt. Howitt, a shot, stick save. Trottier, a backhander, and it's grabbed by Cheever.
Dennis Potvin not up yet after that check. He took a blindsider from Milbury. Looks like he could have hurt himself a little. Either that or he got the wind knocked out of him. Mike Milbury, Dennis Potvin a moment ago, right between Brad Park and Mike Milbury. That shot over Cheevers, just missing the outside edge of the post into the corner. And it was just after that that Dennis gets leveled from behind by Terry O'Reilly. Kind of think that he took a little on the ribs and may have knocked the wind out of him. It looks that way. Trainer Ron Waskey down there tending to him now. Seems to be all right.
Gordy Lane out the face-off. He shoots into a screen, locked in front, and O'Reilly clears it to McNabb. Peter McNabb now, bursting through. Rammed into the boards by Lane. Marcotte got it free for McCrimmon at the point. McCrimmon shoots it off a stick, winds up in the seats. So it's a souvenir. And a face-off just about at that point where the puck left the ice.
Well, Terry O'Reilly probably considered one of the most industrious hockey players in the league. A style much similar to John Tonelli in that he's just all arms and legs and he's in motion all the time. And he's a tough guy to check. Get along the boards and in the corners with him. And it's like being in the corner with a buzzsaw. You get arms and legs and stick and elbows and everything flailing in there. He's a hard guy to check.
A walking windmill. McNabb against Merrick. Rangy Ken Morrow flipping to the red line. O'Reilly's got it again. O'Reilly can't make any ground on Morrow, but Marcotte slides one softly. Hard check Morrow. Or Bourne was drilled into the boards by O'Reilly. 12:17 on the clock, tied at 1 here in the third. Morrow sending it off the boards to McKendry. Alex McKendry came up from Indianapolis after a 40-goal season for the injured Mike Bossy, who is also questionable for tomorrow night's action with the jammed thumb injury. Pearson has to race all the way back for it. Steffen now with a full head of steam and a shot steered aside by Cheever. Gary Doak flips it over to Ray Bork. No connection. Langevin caroms it over to Pearson. Checked by McTavish. Middleton works it to Cashman. Redmond looking for Doak, but it was broken up by Tonelli. Could be a 2-on-1. Sutter's on the right. Tonelli shoots wide. Going for the long side. He shot it wide. Here come the Bruins, led by Cashman with Middleton. And it's broken up by Goring. Langevin behind the goal. Cashman again. Slides it back to Redmond. Middleton now looking around. Centers it off the side of the net, but Goring is there. Whips it out to Sutter. Racing down with Gillies. Redmond and Doak are back. Gillies has it taken away by Dick Redmond. Flips it softly. Potvin with a shot. Oh, and a save. Cheever's got a piece of it with his glove. Lorimer at the far boards. Behind the net, here's Goring. Goring again, shot it over the crossbar. Gillies and Cashman. Sutter comes into the crowd, but McTavish gobbles it up for the Bruins. Good stick checking by the Islanders. And the Bruins are hearing it now from this crowd. Here's Cashman at the red line. Cashman slides it ahead to Middleton, trying to make a move on Lorimer, but to no avail. He's wrestled off the play by Lorimer. Here's Bourne. Bourne with another sparkling maneuver up to the red line, picking up speed. Here comes Bourne. He's in. He shoots. He hit the outside of the goal. Secord with Trottier. Trottier lost his footing, and out it comes to Bob Lorimer. Flips it up to Nystrom, and he whips it into the Bruin zone. Going to be offside. So there's a break in the action with the score. The Islanders won, the Bruins won. Have possession. Bob Lormer in his own zone. Drills it down to Bob Nystrom. Bourne on the left. Trottier on the right. Long shot is off the mark. Trottier corrals the rebound. Trottier in front. And a leg save by Cheevers down on his stomach. And the puck is jammed up against the post.
Cheevers yelling at Bruce Hood, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. What do you think I'm going to do here? Again, his back is to the puck. His feet are on the puck. And he wants the whistle blown. Bruce Hood does not want to blow it that quick. A moment ago, Steve, when Tonelli broke in on the left wing, Cheevers comes out of his net. Tonelli looks at Cheevers. Cheevers shifts about a good 2 feet to his right, exposing more of the net to the left, forcing Tonelli to shoot there. And then, of course, Cheevers moved back into position just as Tonelli put his head down to shoot. The puck went wide anyway. That's the kind of thing Jerry Cheevers will do to a guy. If he knows that he's going to look at the net, look down at the puck when he shoots it, he'll play games with him.
And Tonelli had Sutter on the other side, so Cheevers once again, brilliant. Milbury.
Foxy.
Foxy, classy. I guess there's so many adjectives. Milbury up to the red line. Throws it into the left of Billy Smith. Bourne. Can't clear it. McNabb, high slot. Oh, it's taken away. Trottier broke it up, and Lormer flipped it out.
Great move by Bryant Trottier. Back checking on McNabb.
Dennis Potvin whips it down to Brian Trottier. Flings over to the red line to Lormer. Lormer now in high gear, but going to be offside with Nystrom apparently in the zone ahead of the play.
Yeah, Bobby Nystrom just a little premature at the blue line. Bobby Lorimer with a good head of steam. He had a jump on Milbury, the left defenseman, but Bobby Nystrom a little too anxious to help his defense partner, getting over the line ahead of him.
Game one of this best-of-7 quarterfinal Stanley Cup playoff round. You can see the tension. Harry Sinden pacing. Tonelli kept it in, but just for a moment. 5'5" Bobby Allen, the smallest player in the NHL. Lead. 8:45 and ticking. Third period. Goals by McNabb and Howard. Tied at 1. Merrick throws it in. Cheevers slowing it up for Bourque. Here comes McNabb. One-man back Lane.
Good play for Gordy Lane.
And Wayne Merrick out of the pack. A feed for Tonelli. He's got McKendry on the right, Merrick on the left. Tonelli brought down by McCrimmon as they went head-to-head. McCrimmon and Merrick tied up in the corner. So there's a break in the action with the score. The Islanders won, the Bruins won. He logged 4 miles.
He's got track shoes on. I can't see them. Up and down and up and down.
That is the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Face off to the right of Cheevers. Tied at 1. Bourque. And McTavish cleared it up off the far boards with Pierce on there. Crunched by Cashman. McTavish again. Middleton. Goring taking a ride on his body. Sutter skids away from Cashman. Beats Pearson. And the Islanders come up to the red line. It's flipped down to Gillies. Going to be offside.
One of the important things in this building also, Steve, is the defensemen when they're back in their own end. We just witnessed that with Stephen Pearson, who ended up carrying the puck out. The initial pass in this building has to be very accurate. You've got to put it on the stick so that the forward, the winger, the center iceman, whichever, has an opportunity to get the puck clean and either skate with it or make the next pass clean because, again, the small amount of room in the end zones.
And I feel sorry for the folks in the first row behind the Bruins. They never get to see the game with Sinden there.
Well, at least he's a moving target. He's not like he was standing in one place.
McTavish backhands it off the boards, and Dennis Potvin circles. A 1-1 tie. Goring throwing it in off Redmond's glove. Out it comes to the red line. McTavish tied up by Lorimer. Rifles it over to Gillies. Gillies, Sutter, and a save. Oh, and the stick broke and came on top of Jerry Cheevers. Sutter's stick snapped on top of Cheevers, and he seems to be all right. Here's an offside against Boston.
Jerry wondering what happened. Dwayne Sutter on a play from Clark Gillies gets in behind the defense. Gillies knows Sutter's over there. He just quickly backhands the puck perfectly to Sutter. He has no room, but he makes the play. As he does, his stick getting caught underneath Jerry Cheevers as he tried to retrieve it. Broke the shot. He had no angle. He missed the net with the shot. His stick was lodged under the pads of Cheevers, and as he tried to bring it out and go behind the net, it snapped the end off it. The stick came down and landed on top of Cheevers' head, the handle end of it that Sutter had dropped.
He might have felt one of those giant Bruins banners was coming down on him. Here's a break. Gary Howitt. He shoots, and another save as Cheevers came out to cut down the angle. Buster. Rushing back the other way down to Miller. Looking for a return, broken up by Pearson. Miller again. And out it comes to Nystrom.
Good move, Bobby Nystrom, good move.
Hounded by Secord, able to break away. Here's Langevin. Langevin around Park. The Islanders with great spark here. Milbury winds it around. It comes out to Pearson. 6:30 to go. Tied at 1. Both goals here in the third period, and they came early. Milbury with the touch. It's icing against the Islanders.
Good hockey. Fine move, Bobby Nystrom. He can't lose the puck there. He knows it. He's just inside his blue line. He doesn't have a play, and stick handles his way out of a tight situation. Good move, Bobby Nystrom.
There's the view from Jerry Cheevers' angle.
I gotta see how he looks at it, things from his end of the ice. Smitty has the same view, except at his end of the ice right now, it's a little more crowded.
He's got a bottleneck in front of him now. Brian Trottier, Dwight Foster, the fans come alive. Claude Bouchard drops it. Secord pried it loose. Langevin for Bourne. Broken up by Foster at the Islander blue line. Nystrom at the red line now, and he rifles it in. Dick Redmond chased by Bourne, and Redmond high gear to the red line. Wide on a blistering crowd. 5:55 to go in regulation, tied at 1. A fast game. Nystrom breaks through to the red line, broken up by Redmond. Haven't had any penalties here in the third period. We had 8 over the first 2. Langevin to the red line and across. Langevin to the corner, tied up by Redmond, who takes it away. Redmond slips it to the side, and Cheevers whips it around the board. Peter McNabb. McNabb with a full head of steam. Puffed it up, and here's Tonelli. Drills it down to McKendry. Big Alex McKendry with Ray Bork combining in the corner. And they pin it in for a face-off.
Now we're drawing down 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the third period. Still tied at 1. Good hockey game, good playoff game. Both teams working hard. They're good in their own end. They're not giving any pucks away now like they did in the early part of the game. Harry Sinden pacing up and down, cheering his Chargers on.
All right, Ed face off to the left of Cheevers. O'Reilly down into the Islander zone. Westfall here at the Boston Garden. Late third period, tied at 1. Goals by Peter McNabb and Gary Howitt early in the third period. 4:35 to go in regulation. Here come the Bruins, spearheaded by O'Reilly. Terry O'Reilly tries to snap it back to McNabb, broken up by Tonelli. McKendry to Tonelli. Tonelli with back checking by Marcotte. Tonelli runs into trouble, and Mike Milbury and Brad Park has it behind his own goal. 1-1, 4:16 and counting in an exciting third period. Milbury for the red line, shovels it in. Billy Smith stops it. Gordy Lane whips it over to Gillies. Out to Gorey. Cross ice intended for center, picked up by Cashman. Cashman down into the Islanders zone. He shoots. shoots it, blocked by Lorimer, and up into the crowd.
Wayne Cashman a little upset with himself. He figured he should have got that shot away a little sooner. He's about 35 feet out when he wound up. Rather than risk it, which I'm sure now he's saying to himself, dummy, why didn't I risk the shot? I'd have got the shot on the net. Rather than that, he took a short slap shot.
First goal came 51 seconds into the third period. McNabb on a high shot. The initial drive taken to the point by Brad Park. So McNabb from Park and Milbury 51 seconds in. And then Gary Howard from behind the net shot one out in front. Peter McNabb inadvertently kicked it in from Brian Trottier at 3:49. So that's where we stand right now. The score late in the third, 1-1. Off top of the circle to the right of Billy Smith, and Lane out to Goring. Goring at the red line and across the blue line. Lane works it over to Gillies. Goring with Sutter and Bork in the corner now. McTavish worked it around. Morrow keeps it going. Plays in the corner to Sutter, tied up by Bork. Deflected by Goring. Wow. Lane takes a shot at it, and Jerry Cheevers made the save again.
Well, that's position. Cheevers moving across the net. Dwayne Sutter cutting in front of him. As the puck comes across, Cheevers out in front of everybody, makes the catch. Catches it high. He wants to make sure he does not drop it there because, as I mentioned, Dwayne Sutter was cruising through looking for that puck to come bouncing out of his mitt.
And Cheevers, like a contortionist, twisting and turning to make the save. Middleton. He is upended hard by Clark Gillies. Yet to have a penalty called here in the third. McTavish throws it in. 3:10 and counting, tied at 1. Gillies tied up, McTavish there, and they bunch up in the corner. We've had a few flare-ups, but no fisticuffs. Now here we go.
Now Wayne Cashman putting on his threatening act. He's very good at it. He's threatening Gillies with his stick. Of course, that excites the crowd, and then he gets out of there. But a few moments ago, Clark Gillies got Rick Middleton in a very unadvantageous position and run right over him. Middleton took a heavy check from Clark Gillies. That's a legal check. He didn't run a long way to get him. It's just that Middleton was a little off balance. He's put himself in a vulnerable position, and you have to protect yourself at all times. And that's a check. While it doesn't fit in with the fans here, it was a legal check by Clark Gillies on Middleton.
Face off to the left of Smith. Trottier against Miller. Now Pearson. Under 3 minutes remaining in regulation, tied at 1. Trottier at the red line, flips it in. Foster with Nystrom. Foster to it first. Comes out for Bourne, and he shot it way wide. Redmond for Miller. He's got Foster on the near side. Upended by Pearson. The fans are screaming. No penalty. And the puck hits Bayshard and winds up, or Scapanello winds up in the Boston bench.
Foster took a dive. He's trying to get around Stephen Pearson. Lost the puck. And when he knew that he couldn't get around him, he took a dive. And of course, the fans reacted to that, thinking that Stephen Pearson should have a penalty. Foster right here just took a dive. It's about a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. It wasn't a good one. Bruce Hood did not fall for it. Did not assess any penalties on the play.
Face off top of the circle to the right of Smith. Tied at 1, 2:32 left in regulation. Secord in after it with Langevin. This is McKendry. Watched by Miller. Turns away from Miller. Big Alex McHenry poised behind the net, and he flips it down into the Boston zone. Redmond in a chase with Merrick. Redmond to it first, and icing is the call. So McHenry was bottled up, really trapped behind the net, so that was about the only thing he could do, just to get it out of dangerous waters.
Well, sometimes they'll do that deliberately. It was somewhat of a broken play, you could call it, Steve. McHenry deep in his own zone. He's got no place to pass it and can't skate out. He's being checked, so he makes what we call sometimes a hoper pass. He just hopes that it hits one of the Islanders' sticks and they get out. If it doesn't, he knows it's going for icing. It's not a bad play under the circumstances.
Eric and Miller to face off to Smith's left. Bonjamin tossing it out. Brad Park, who uncorked some pulsating slap shots back in the second period. Billy Smith equal to the task on each and every one. Kelly climbs on top of Park. John lost his left glove. He goes back to retrieve. Now Park picks it up in the corner. Redmond. Gaining speed. Oh, and a save. Right off the chest of Smith. That one had to knock some air out of him.
That hurt him a little. He's shaking it off. Billy will shake that one off.
Billy Smith really holding the fort now. McCrimmon for Foster to the side. McNabb couldn't hold on to it. Raffier is checked by Marcotte. McHenry trailing away at it. Finally gets it to the neutral zone. Marcotte dumping it back in offside with McNabb in the Islander zone.
Now Billy Smith makes the save. Redmond, who has a dynamite slap shot, lets that one go. Now that's the halfway point. Billy goes into that, he gets it in his shoulder, and that'll hurt him a lot worse. He jumps up in the air. It looks a little spectacular. It is spectacular, but the reason he's doing it, he wants to keep his whole body in front of the shot in case it does drop or it rises. But if it rises, of course, it's going over the net. He wants to get his belly protector, his chest pad, in front of that puck rather than take it off the shoulder.
Trottier gets McNabb. Trottier with Bourne and Nystrom. Dennis Potvin and Bob Lormer on defense. Final minute of regulation play. Tied at 1. Oh, my! O'Reilly tried to wrap around through the crease. McCrimmon saved Billy Smith to the corner. O'Reilly coming within inches of giving Boston a lead. Here in the final seconds of regulation. Bourne just trying to knock it out, and he does. Seconds to go in the period. Here's Dennis Potvin. 22 seconds to go. And a two-line pass.
Wow, what a chance for the Bruins. Terry O'Reilly steals the puck behind the net. In there fighting. Gets the puck loose, comes around the net, unmolested. Billy Smith gets across there quick enough. O'Reilly looking for the far corner. He misses that. McNabb went for the puck. Nothing happened after that, but the Bruins come very close to winning this hockey game in the last minute. That last wraparound attempt by Terry O'Reilly.
Face-off just inside the Islander blue line. 16 seconds, 14 now, and you can see the clock. Cut for icing against the Islanders.
Well, it's a questionable play at this time of the game. Gordy Lane sees a streaking Butch Goring across the breadline, and he tries to make one of those last-ditch efforts. It ends up in an icing. Now the Islanders have to contend with a face-off to the left of Billy Smith with 10 seconds to go in the game. Big face-off here for both teams. Almost bet that Trottier would be out for the face-off, at least as a bow. He is out there. Out with Butch Goring. Goring against McTavish. McTavish has been good on the face-offs tonight, Steve. He's probably come out ahead in most of his. And Goring, a good match for him. McTavish, a left-hand shot. He could go either way now. He could either bring it back to Park at the right side or draw it to Redmond to the left. But he's got his hands full with Goring.
Goring won the face-off as Lane snaps it down. 5 seconds to go. Redmond makes the touch. Again, it's icing on the Islanders with 3 seconds on the clock. So they'll do it once again down in Islander territory.
Well, there's Redmond. He unleashed that shot that Billy Smith jumped in the air to make the save on not long ago. You can't allow someone like him to come across the red line, picking up speed, and cross the blue line to let go of the shot. He can shoot the puck hard. and he had time to wind up and slap it, which is what he likes to do. Billy Smith making the save.
So here we go again. Goring directing traffic against McTavish from the face-off. A shot by Middleton off the glove of Billy Smith. The siren sounds. We are going into overtime. The Islanders heading into overtime for the second time in the playoffs, beating Los Angeles back in the preliminary round in the extra period. So that's the end of regulation play here at the Boston Garden with the score. The Islanders won, the Bruins won. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
To everybody who puts in a hard day's work, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
Classic playoff hockey as we get ready for overtime from the Boston Garden. The New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins tied at 1 at the end of regulation. Both teams are back on the ice. Goals by Peter McNabb and Gary Howitt in period number 3. McNabb 51 seconds in, Howitt 3:49 in. The Islanders have rattled 2 or 3 off the post.
It's boiling down, Steve. It's a one-goal game within a game, a season within a season. It's boiling down, and these are the times when everything comes to bear. There's no hiding. It's all out in front. It's one goal, one way or the other, and it has to be exciting. So often we've seen funny goals scored in overtime, much similar to the goal that Gary Howitt got. Who would ever expect a shot that Howitt let go against the boards behind the net to the front of the net that would end up going in the net, and not an Islander too close to that puck. Gary trying to get it out in front just to any one of his teammates that may be standing nearby. It's in and it's tied, and now it goes to sudden death overtime. The sudden death overtime record of the Bruins is not that great. Looking at it, 65 games, they've got 26 wins, 36 losses. 3 of them stayed tied.
The Islanders 9-3 in 12 overtime games, 4-2 on the road. First team that puts it in the net wins. If we're tied at the end of this 20 minutes, we'll do it again. Another sudden death overtime. Here we go. OT playing the Boston zone. Milbury off McNabb's stick. Now this is Bob Lormer. And it's going to be offside. So they'll bring it back out for a face-off. The Islanders moving from left to right. The Bruins from right to left. Al Arbour facing.
No room for mistakes now. This is where one mistake could cost 1 goal, and it would be all over.
McNabb against Trottier. Bruins have it. Park, McNabb, blocked by Potvin, got a stick in the face. An accident by McNabb. And the puck winds up out of play.
Some years ago, Maurice the Rocket Richard was famous for these kind of games. I don't know the statistics, it would be fun to find them out, but has scored as many, if not more, overtime goals than any other hockey player.
That is Butch as Park throws it into the left of Billy Smith. Then it's Potvin. Brian Trottier, he is bottled up by Marcotte and Park, but out comes Lormer. Lormer with a full head of steam. Lormer, back pass for Nystrom, and it's intercepted by Marcotte. Park flips it down to O'Reilly. O'Reilly met by Potvin, and he is knocked down to the ice. And a collision between McNabb and Trottier, and
McNabb's knee has got to be hurt. He's wincing. Brian Trottier falls, doesn't see McNabb, and takes the feet right out from underneath him. The on-rushing McNabb trying to get into the play. Terry O'Reilly down the left side quickly in a foot race with Dennis Potvin. McNabb was trying to get into the play to get a pass from O'Reilly. Brian Trottier had fallen on the play and slid into McNabb, who was coming on quickly. That usually takes the knee and jams it right back, as if you were standing on the ground and pushed your kneecap and tried to push your kneecap into the back of your knee, and that's the sensation you get. It's generally called a hyperextension if it has any damage to it at all. He seems to be favoring it as he's going off. That would be a big loss for the Bruins. Peter McNabb, their best center iceman, playoff expert, and good goal scorer. We'll pass anything along that we get to you. Harry Sinden has to be concerned over that. He has enough players on the sidelines, in particular Jean Rattel, the center iceman, and just a great loss to the Bruins for the playoffs. Rattel, with his great experience and knowledge of playoff hockey, the pressures that go with it.
Dwight Foster, Wayne Cashman, Dick Redmond, and Don Marcotte are all coming off injuries. And Peter McNabb shaken up. He did a 360 after his collision with Brian Trottier, and he's off to the side, being administered to by the trainer and the team physician, Dr. Bert Zarens. A minute gone by. Here comes Gillies. He shoots. He scores! Mark Gillies!
What a goal! Got the jump on Brad Park down the left wing. It's all over. The New York Islanders in overtime defeated the Boston Bruins. A happy group. What a goal by Clark Gillies.
Clark Gillies gives the Islanders the overtime victory in Game 1 against the Boston Bruins. And here is a look at Peter McNabb from one extreme to another. What a contrast. Here is the ecstasy, and you saw the agony of Peter McNabb.
Now here's the play that got him going. Gillies down the left side on a pass from Goring. He's in all alone. He's around Brad Park. He picks the top left corner. Cheever's way out of the net. There isn't a lot of room. Gillies finds the right spot. The hole is on the top left corner, and he shelved it to win the game.
And we'll be back with our final summary from the Boston Garden. The final score in overtime, the Islanders 2 and the Bruins 1.